On October 15th, 2024, a guy named Ray was driving southbound down I-75 in Georgia with his pet monkey, Tabo. And that's when he was spotted by Stephen Peavy, Officer Stephen Peavy, committing the crime of doing absolutely nothing wrong. Officer Peavy pulled alongside Ray's rented Ford Expedition, seemingly to get a look at who was driving. After this, he pulled behind Ray to run his license plate. Now, I don't know if it's relevant, but Officer Stephen Peavy's dad happens to be the sheriff of Dooley County, who was sworn in by the judge who will be trying this case. And his name is Rooney Bowen. Now, keep in mind and look at the time on the body and dash cam footage. This police-initiated incident begins at 3:01 p.m. And that'll be important later in the video.
South 111 with a black Ford Expedition, Florida, David Zulu Whiskey, Zulu 08, DZWZ 08, Florida. Just back off that tractor trailer, okay? You're way too close. You got your license on you? Goodness, how many dogs you got? You got a dog?
I have a monkey.
Oh man, where are you coming from?
North Carolina.
Okay, where are you taking that monkey?
Florida.
You taking it for somebody?
I'm sorry?
You taking it for somebody?
I'm just kind of anything that have to do outside the scope of the stop. I'm just going to stick to that. Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions with that?
I was just out of curiosity. You ain't in no trouble.
Okay.
Unless you're doing something illegal.
No, I'm just anything outside the scope of the stop. That's the only thing I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's part of the scope of the stop, though.
I don't believe that I was too close.
Okay. Well, I got you on camera right on the bumper of that car.
Right.
Okay. But I was gonna give you a warning. But if you want, okay. Well, I don't care what you believe.
Right.
I got on camera that you were right too close. You got to give at least a couple of car lengths. You were less than a car length off the back of that tractor trailer.
First of all, asking questions that don't directly relate to the stop are out of bounds for cops, and they don't have to be answered. Secondly, after reviewing all FOIA-requested released video, there is no evidence that Ray was following too close behind any vehicle. But stay tuned because things are going to get worse and worse for Ray.
You were less than a car length off the back of that tractor trailer.
Okay, well,
okay.
I respect your opinion, but I disagree.
Okay, it's not my opinion, it's a fact.
All right, well,
okay. Okay, well, hang tight for me, okay? All right. Your license isn't legible.
Sorry?
Your license isn't legible.
Well, that's the license that I have is valid.
Okay, all right, hang tight for me.
Now, at this point, Ray doesn't know it, but he has committed one of the most egregious things you can possibly do against a cop. He hurt the cop's feelings by not answering his questions and playing along with his authoritarian schemes. And the cop will make sure that Ray pays for that. As vehicles rush by at 70 miles per hour, putting both Ray and the officer in constant peril, Officer Peavy goes back to his cruiser and he runs Ray's license. From 3:03 to 3:11, he gets the citation ready, mutes his body cam, and then makes a call to two people, someone named Darby and somebody named Anthony Thompson. At 3:11, Officer Peavy exits his vehicle to hand the citation to Ray.
All right, sir. So citation for your traffic offense. You can take care of it online or through the mail, or you can go online, or you can come to court on November the 19th, okay? You be careful for me, okay? But you have a great day.
Now, here's what's interesting about this. Officer Peavy's traffic stop ends at 3:11 p.m. in Dooley County. 29 minutes later, Officer Justin Partain from the Turner County Sheriff's Department parked on the side of an interstate under an overpass, also pulls Ray over for following too close. You can see this truck pass right here in the center lane, and Ray's vehicle passes over 100 feet later in the right-hand lane with no one in front. Officer Partain then pulls Ray over at the next exit. Guess what he's pulling him over for?
How about it, man? You got your license with you?
Why was I pulled over?
I'm gonna explain it to you. I get your driver's license.
Okay.
Mr. Feast, is it Feast or Face? How you say that?
Please, I was just pulled over for a BS ticket literally
What's that? Let me
5
see.
seconds ago.
What'd you get a ticket for?
Y'all are out here doing, you know.
Whoa. Nah, I
No,
can't
this
be
is
held
ridiculous.
accountable.
This was 5 minutes ago, and that's a BS ticket.
Okay. Well, I didn't write this, so don't take it out on me now.
I'm not taking it out on you,
Okay.
but y'all are doing some crazy
Well,
police
see,
tactics.
there you go with y'all again. I'm not Dooley County Sheriff's Office. I'm Turner County Sheriff's Office, okay?
Okay.
I'm Lieutenant Partain. I'm with the Sheriff's Office of Turner County. The reason I'm stopping you is following too close. You
No.
were following it semi too close that you were
There was
behind.
no one in front of me. This
There was
literally, I'm literally thinking of this as I'm driving. I was driving. There's 2 cars. You guys are parked right there. The police officers. I move over and follow the move over law.
Right.
There's me not following anyone too
Okay,
close.
there was a yellow cab semi in front of you, and you were about 3 car lengths behind that semi. You're in a 70-mile-an-hour zone running 67 mile an hour, so you need to be at least 6.5 car lengths behind that vehicle to be in compliance with Georgia law. Okay.
According to the cop's own dash cam, this officer is lying. Not only was Ray not following close behind the truck, he wasn't even in the same lane. What's really going on here? Because it's not highway safety.
So you were following too closely. Do you have your registration card, or is this
it's a rental?
you got your rental agreement with you?
I could probably look it up on the phone.
Is that a monkey?
Yes.
Do you have your paperwork to be transporting the monkey?
There's no paperwork required if I'm just traveling through the state.
Yes, sir. You got to have paperwork with you to transport a monkey.
That's not true.
Okay.
You know, law enforcement is supposed to...
You got your rental on your phone?
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay. Is it Enterprise or which company
Enterprise.
is it? Okay. I didn't know if it was Avis or Hertz. These different ones. Where'd you pick the monkey up at?
He belongs to me.
Oh, okay. So you just took him with you from Florida?
I'm not gonna answer any questions outside the scope of the stop.
Well, at this point, that is the scope of the stop, because now you're in unlawful possession of a monkey in the state of Georgia, and I'm fixing to get DNR to come out here. So you can either answer them to me or you can answer them to DNR. It don't make no difference to me.
Okay, you don't need a license for any type of permit for transport if you're going in and out of the state.
We'll see in just a second. Let me get a DNR range right here.
Okay.
You're not free to leave at this point. You're being detained.
Okay.
Officer Partain makes the ignorant and unsubstantiated claim that Ray is in unlawful possession of a monkey when he doesn't even know his own law.
Now you're in unlawful possession of a monkey in the state of Georgia.
Here's Ray to break down the law from the state of Georgia's own website.
Here's the laws pertaining to monkeys in Georgia, because I have to know this stuff. So here's the Georgia rules and regulations for the state of Georgia, their official .gov website. This is as the rules with wild animals, because I have to know this, and I told them you don't need to if you're traveling through. This is wildlife animal licenses and permits. So right here is the part we need to know, where it's 24 hours. Right here, provided further that no such license or permit shall be required solely for the transportation of wild animals through the state, where the animal remains in this state no more than 24 hours and are not sold or transferred within the state. So if you're just in the state within 24 hours, which I've already years ago, because I've had my monkey for 5 years ago, have already talked to the Department of Natural Resources, which is the animal police in the state of Georgia, and they explained this to me. So I have to make sure that I know the law. So I'm just pointing this out to show that I'm literally doing absolutely nothing wrong but driving through the state. and being harassed and getting my rights violated.
Officer Partain then calls somebody about the monkey.
Oh yeah, it's a show enough monkey in a dog cage. He told me whenever I pulled him over that it's his monkey. He said that, I said, where's your documentation? He said, I don't need any documentation to transport a monkey because it's my monkey. Okay. All right, bye.
And because officers care so much for people, household pets, and even monkeys, Officer Partain starts to do a little internet search on primates. They now take Ray out of his vehicle, further violate the Constitution by patting him down, and then they have him sit on the guardrail. We're already 10 minutes into this illegal stop, and then the sergeant who patted Ray down is kind of wondering what the holdup is, so he and Officer Partain have a little conversation about frozen computers as they come up with a plan to take pictures of Ray's monkey because, hey, they can't get anybody from DNR to come to the stop for some reason.
Computer's being slow. Yeah, mine was getting that. I mean, mine's just froze. Like so mine was good. What's going on? I don't know. Holding it on. Yeah. They don't have anybody that can come and deal with it right now, but I was told to take pictures of it, see it, ask him again if he has any documentation to where he's supposed to be transporting that thing, and if he don't, take pictures of it, get all his information, then they will be in contact with him.
Yeah, you don't, I just asked him where he headed to. He said, I don't want to talk to you, answer any questions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't consent to this.
So you don't have to consent to that.
Actually, officer, you have to have a legitimate reason to stop somebody in the first place, and you don't. And next, you need a legitimate reason to ask somebody to get out of the car, and you don't. So yeah, you can reject a man trying to put his hands on your body. At this point, they're just trying to get Ray on something.
Hey, I forgot to tell you this, and I don't know if it matters, but he is from South Carolina in a rental vehicle going south. Okay, all right. Like I said, I didn't know if that held any leverage or if it mattered. Yeah, he does have to have a pass-through permit, and he is not allowed to stop for anything but gas and food.
He's got to have a permit.
Mm-hmm.
This should infuriate every single American. Here these cops are sitting on the side of the road making crap up when they're supposed to be serving and protecting us. As we pointed out before, these cops' own law states that, quote, no such license or permit shall be required solely for the transportation of wild animals through the state. So the cop is lying again.
Yeah, he started with
16, 1039 back in the county.
y'all this, y'all that. And I'm like, hold.
Check passport, 1554.
Don't be putting me, exactly, don't be putting me in the same category as somebody else now.
Y'all.
Talking about law enforcement. Like where,
Stop.
yeah, Stephen stopped him in Dooley and wrote him for following too close.
That's what he was doing here. So
Yep.
obviously one of us.
I'm going to give him a written warning. I'm not going to give him a citation, but
Just so you know, following too close in the state of Georgia carries a maximum penalty of up to a year in jail or probation. And even though most people who get this kind of ticket don't see jail time, everything is up in the air when you're dealing with corrupt officials who will pull you over for doing absolutely nothing wrong.
I mean, still, don't put me in the same category as somebody else, you know? I didn't write you a ticket.
Good.
Yeah, just hang on for a second. Because he's going to flip out when I tell him he's got to open that so I can get a picture of that monkey. And it's either that or go to jail for obstruction.
Yep.
What do you say?
Just sit over there and hit me with you just a second. Sit back over there for me. I understand. You didn't want to answer any of my questions. I don't want to answer yours. Just sit right there.
Yeah, that's not exactly how that works, Sarge. You see, you have to answer our questions because you are servants of the public. We don't have to answer you because you're here to uphold our rights, not deprive us of them.
Well, just sit right there for me.
Be afraid of.
Hey, real quick. So, do you have a copy of your pass-through permit that you're supposed to have? To
So the
pass through
DNR
Georgia?
told me that by Georgia law, I could just ask them for one and they would email it over, but I don't need it.
Okay,
That's
but
what
have they
told me.
emailed it to you?
They told me that I don't need it. They said that you don't need it if you're driving through. They
Okay.
told me if you're in and out of the state within 24 hours, you don't need it.
No, so that's not true. Let me explain to you what I was just told by Sergeant Greg Wade with Georgia Department of Natural Resources, DNR.
Can you write his name now? So I just want to clarify with the law or whatever.
Yeah, hold on. He consulted with his lieutenant. All right. I don't know the lieutenant's name, but he consulted with a lieutenant. The lieutenant said that you are correct on part of that. You can only be in the state for 24 hours.
It's like 24 or 48
Hold
or
on,
something.
let me finish
but I was
talking.
traveling through.
You
I
can only
called and
be
did
in-
my due diligence.
I understand that. I'm just relaying to you what I was told, so let me do mine, okay? So, you can only be in state for 24 hours. You can only stop for gas and food.
I
And
know
you
how
have
this,
to-
man.
And you have to have
And
your
you're
permit.
writing me a ticket just for asking questions.
Does that say ticket on it?
Oh, warning. Okay.
Exactly. I'm not giving you a
I'm
ticket.
fuming over this because this guy, I appreciate it.
But I
And
didn't-
have
but
no,
I didn't
have
do
no
this.
problems with you guys.
I didn't do that. You
This
see what I'm
right
saying?
here, this right now, I gotta get his dash cam,
Yeah.
and now I gotta go back to this court date, and it's literally because I was not trailing behind no one. I have a perfect driving record.
Understand that.
This is absolutely ridiculous that he chose to do it. And the only thing is when an officer pulls me over and you guys are trained to start asking all these trick questions and stuff, I just say, I'm just gonna answer what it pertains to the stop. And then some officers get offended by that, but I just want to just answer the questions and keep it going. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just traveling through.
Listen, you
I'm
haven't
just driving
offended
through.
me. You haven't offended me at all, you know. And I'm not trying to trick you by any means.
Yeah, and I apologize. He just wrote me this ticket because I was asking questions, and I'm just flabbergasted that I have to come back. But it's no big deal.
Well, like I said, that's Dewey County. This is Turner County. That's
Okay.
complete 2 county. I can't be held accountable
Okay.
for what somebody else did. Okay.
Okay.
Now, as far as the permit, do you have a copy of that you can produce and show me?
What do you mean, like a permit?
Your pass-through permit to travel with a monkey, to have a monkey.
So they told me that I don't have to have one by
But
Georgia
you said
law.
they were going to email you one, right?
No, they said that they can email one, but it's no need because you don't have to have one.
Okay. All right. Well,
So
that's.
you're telling me they told you that I have to have one?
Yes, sir. They told you whoever you spoke with is incorrect. You have to have a pass-through permit, and you can only be within.
And who did you speak to? Because I'd like to call him after.
Greg Wade, Greg.
1 second.
Okay.
Because I always check with each state.
Yeah.
Greg, W-A-D-E.
W-A-D-E. He's a sergeant with
And he's-
DNR.
Sergeant.
Yep.
With the DNR.
That's right. All right. Well, with that being said, I'm gonna need a phone number for you
Okay.
because they're gonna have to contact you about that.
Okay.
I also need to get a picture of the monkey. So
Okay.
what kind is that? It's not a capuchin. It's a
African green.
African green.
Mhm.
It is a pretty monkey. I'll tell you that.
Mhm.
You had him on.
Since they're doing all this, I'm just gonna wait for them to call me.
But that's fine. I was talking from my own knowledge. I like
Okay.
animals, so that's the only reason I was asking.
But
Right.
they told me specifically by Georgia law that it's not required to have it.
It is. It is. And I'm sorry.
So I got wrong information.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I'm sorry that somebody told you wrong. It's just, I don't want you to get a bad impression on the state of Georgia that there's a miscommunication there. But, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you do have to have one.
Okay.
Do you mind if I take a picture of him real quick?
Yeah, you could, if you're allowed to.
Yeah,
Okay.
Can you open that for me? The back hatch?
He's gonna move the cage around and whatnot.
Yeah, that's fine. We're not
The
going
cage is locked in.
Yeah. He's beautiful.
Make sure you don't stick your hand too close.
I'm not.
He'll grab for
Is he
you.
very old?
5 years old.
5 years? He's pretty. What's his name?
Tavo.
Tava. He's a beautiful monkey. What do you feed something like that? And I don't know. I'm not DNR.
Just a standard health food diet.
Standard health food diet, like
Same thing we eat.
nuts and
Yeah.
apples and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like I'm an actual qualified. Like I used to work at primate sanctuaries
Okay.
and like did all that.
Yeah.
Work with chimps and orangutans and all that. Yeah.
You enjoy it?
Not really.
Is there any
You
specific
clean a lot of poop.
Is there any specific certifications like you got to have to do stuff like that, or you just?
It just depends state by state.
Yeah.
Like I knew like the 24-hour thing here. Like it just depends. Like if you're going through New York, you got 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah. So I called, and I guess they're gonna give me clarification on, because I know a lot of places they have exemptions to like it just varies just state by state. It's all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool,
But
man.
he told you that what I was told is wrong. Like anytime I drive through, I need to just get them to email a permit.
Yes.
That's what he told you. And just in regard to this stop, so you believe that you seen me too close driving past a truck.
Yes. All right. Now let me explain that to you real quick, okay? Because the other deputy, he might not have explained it very well. So let me explain it
Out
to
of
you.
curiosity, because if I did do it, because as far as just my recollection, I never had tickets. I drive like a lot. The first ticket I got, in my mind, there's no way that I was behind a truck like that. I feel like he just got behind me and pulled me over for no reason.
Yeah.
And one of the things that also stood out to me, like I'm driving, he pulled up to the side of me and then come behind me and pull me over. So as to my recollection, I just feel like, am I this stupid and I didn't know that I was going too close to a truck, which I don't feel like it. So I'm going to request all the dash cams just to look for myself. Because I'm like, am I driving around and I'm just really not paying attention? Because I feel like I'm a self-aware person that I wouldn't be doing it, because I just got stopped 2 times for this, and I'm just like, am I crazy?
Well, and see there,
because I just am like, I'm just blown away. I got stopped twice for this.
well, the problem is there's different interpretations of what that means, what following too close means. So basically, it's 1 car length per 10 miles an hour.
Okay.
So let's say if you're right here on this road and you're in a 35-mile-an-hour zone, you need to at least be 3.5 car lengths behind the vehicle in front of you. That just gives you adequate enough stopping distance.
So you were in this car?
Yeah, this one right here.
Oh, so they relayed it to you, so you don't even know?
No, he was just coming south. I seen
you were in this car?
Yeah.
Oh, so he relayed the information to you, so you weren't even there when the 2 cars were there. So I'm gonna have to get his dash cam, Officer Taft.
You didn't get a ticket.
I know, but I just want to look.
I
just want to look. So
right.
he's Officer Taft with his office.
He's Sergeant Taft. I'm Lieutenant Partain.
Okay, so you didn't even
Yes, I did.
Witness it yourself.
Yes, I did.
You were parked up here.
I did. Yes, I was. I was parked under the bridge right there, and there was a semi in front of you, a yellow cab semi.
Just in case there was any doubt about what was seen, where it was seen, and who saw it, Officer Partain just admitted that he saw Ray with his own eyes following too close behind this yellow cab semi. According to federal guidelines, white dashes on the interstate system are 10 feet in length with 30-foot gaps between each line. This means that from the beginning of one line to the beginning of another line is 40 feet. The length of an average car in the U.S. is a little less than 15 feet. Let's see how far Ray was behind the yellow cab truck. While it may be difficult to tell from this angle, we can clearly see that there are 4 full visible white lines between the rear of the semi and the front of Ray's vehicle. That's 40 feet. Add the space between the lines, and there are 3 spaces times 30 for a total of 90 feet. And then you add a couple more feet directly in front of Ray's vehicle, let's say 15 more feet for a total of 145 feet, divided by 15 feet for the average vehicle. And you have about 9.5 vehicle lengths behind the semi. And then you add to that the fact that Ray isn't even in the semi's lane, and boom, you've got a lying officer who literally and coincidentally pulled an innocent man over for no reason less than 30 minutes after he was pulled over for the exact same no reason.
They didn't initiate a stop. He was just following behind coincidentally.
He was going south to come where I was.
And then you witnessed it.
And I seen you when I looked in the rearview mirror and seen him coming because he was fixing to pull up next to me. I seen you following a semi too close. See, look, see that silver car? Now see that truck behind him?
Yeah.
See they're following too close? Let me point out another one to you and I'll show you. Because like I said, this is a 70-mile-an-hour zone, so you got to be at least 7 car lengths.
But will your dash cam see it? Probably not. Okay, I'll just get the other guy.
Probably not. And the reason I say that is because...
So everything is what's it.
Who's that?
The guy who wrote the other ticket.
It should. I mean, if he got up next to you and stuff like that, it should. Okay. But see how that boat right there? See how close they are?
You're not supposed to be that close?
Nope, because that's not 7 car lengths.
Okay.
So it's a very, very, very wide distance.
Okay.
So it's just keep that in mind. Like I say, let's say if you was in a 55-mile-an-hour zone, it's 5.5 car lengths. Does that make sense? I just want to make sure you got a clear understanding. That way you don't run into that problem again.
Okay,
you run into it twice today. So
Yeah.
I want to make sure that you was clear on that so you didn't have that problem.
So if you 60, 70 miles zone, you got to be 7 car lengths.
Yep.
And it's specifically for a semi.
No. That's any car. Like any
So
vehicle.
everybody's violating it basically. Or like half the people violating this law right now basically.
Yeah, you see that right there? They're doing it too.
And I know y'all don't make the laws or whatever.
We don't. We just enforce them. Like I said, it don't mean that you get a ticket. It just means we stop you and make you, aware of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You're good to go, man.
If you could have the guy call me.
I'll call him and tell him that you requested a phone call, and I'll see if he can get in contact with you.
Okay.
I'll try to clear that up.
I appreciate it. Yeah, but I know you don't make the laws.
I don't.
That's a weird one, bro.
Yep. It happens, man. Hey, it's what makes the world go round.
Yeah.
You be careful, okay?
And at this point, you got to step back and ask yourself, if they made this up about Ray, how many other people have fallen prey to this same traffic scam in just these 2 counties alone? I personally think these officers need to be investigated, and anybody who ever got pulled over by them should have their cases looked at. I mean, are these guys on the Brady list? Because it seems like they would be. Now, Ray tells me he's going to go back to court on March 20th, at which time, if the case isn't dismissed, he will file a civil rights lawsuit with both counties. And I'll keep you posted when I get an update. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comments section below. Why do you think these 2 officers pulled Ray over for the same reason when he didn't do anything wrong? Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, grab a shirt, become a channel member. But more importantly, always record the police. Get a dash cam, get a body cam, always have a camera rolling because you can't trust the fuzz. I will see you in the next video.